What's an actual victimless crime? Sleeping in your car when you are too drunk and can't drive. Owning 7 dildos in Texas. I would pay to see the deliberation that led to the decision that owning 6 dildos is fine. But 7 is a crime. Downloading very old games that are no longer available for sale. Emulating and/or pirating a game that is no longer available by any means. Putting coins in someone else's parking meter. Jaywalking when there are no cars on the road. Tons of blue laws. Basically antiquated laws on the books that have to do with religion, mostly on Sundays. In my state you can't buy alcohol on Sunday before noon. And car dealers are not allowed to be open on Sunday. Basically they are designed to not compete with church attending times like early morning. Many things if they're simply not witnessed. Taking off your pants in the park at night is absolutely a crime, actually 2 separate crimes. But if nobody is there to see it, no harm has been done. And there is nobody to be bothered that you trespassed after sundown. Eating food out of someone's garbage. Lots of places have sodomy laws. So for example, it's a crime for 2 consenting married adults to have oral sex in the privacy of their own home. Also illegal to buy a dildo. Edit not specifically talking about the US. Although some states in the US still have some laws but aren't really enforced. My town actually has some anti-pagan laws. So you can't have specific types of gatherings on certain nights of the year. Downloading a car. Dumpster diving. Eating a magic mushroom you found in nature. I see jaywalking on this quite a bit, but I will say when I lived overseas, jaywalking even at 2 a.m. on an empty street just didn't happen. When I asked a local German why he wouldn't cross against a no walking sign, he said, what if a kid looked out the window and saw me? I don't want to set a bad example. Loitering in a ghost town. Downloading games for obsolete consoles from companies which are now non-existent. Setting up a lemonade stand without a vendor license. Crossing an empty road on a red light. Pirating cute cat videos off the internet. Hanging out in a public park after hours. Picking up a bird feather found on the ground and keeping it. It's technically against the migratory bird laws. Assisting the suicide of a terminally ill person in unrelenting pain. In most jurisdictions in the world. Hanging a clothesline. Collecting rainwater. Or planting a garden in your yard. Some places ban you from doing these things. Refusing to wear a hijab in Iran. Feeding the homeless. In many nations, homosexuality. Owning more than 6 vibrators in GAR. Feeding the homeless. 2 adults mutually agreeing to fight. Picking up a penny on the sidewalk. Believe it or not, it's a crime. Blasphemy. Giving water to voters in lines in GAR. Clicking I am 18 years old on an adult website when you're 17. Pirating old no longer available games and AI games. My controversial one is speeding when going on long empty roads between states. Long road trips, especially at night when there's no one. I'm doing 90, it is what it is. Feeding the homeless in Texas. No victims, but it is a crime. When cops pretend to be kids and get people for solicitation to a minor. When I worked at the district attorney's office, we loved these. The shock on these men's face when the 14-year-old girl they spoke to and sent nasty nudes to was our 6'5", £300 50-year-old detective was just amazing. 18 states still have statutes banning oral, unenforceable following a SC ruling, but still on the books. Loitering. It's basically just existing somewhere. Being gay in a homophobic country. Growing your own cannabis to consume. Pirating AA games. Consensual buggery. Consuming a plant or mushroom that just grows in the dirt like every other plant and mushroom that it's legal to consume. But we've just decided that a few plants and mushrooms are a huge deal. I can take a seed at home, put rainwater on it and expose it to sunlight. Dry the flowers, bake them into a cake and make some THC edibles. And it doesn't even harm the air quality due to smoking. That's a crime. No money goes to criminal gangs. And I would risk losing my job and going to prison. Or I can manufacture alcohol and sell it legally, knowing that it causes people health issues. And that others cause crimes when drunk and disorderly. And that's absolutely fine and not a crime. Weird. Your passenger drinking a beer while you're driving. Pirating something you already bought in the past but can't find. Selling alcohol on Sunday. It's still illegal in some states. Owning a sword. Dumpster diving. Blasphemy. Feeding homeless people. Fudging your sales price on used automobile sales. The government has already received sales tax when the car was sold brand new. They're just double dipping when it gets sold as a used car.